Ever feel like life's playing a cruel game? One minute you're steady, next a curveball knocks you flat. A fight with a friend, a dream that crashes, or just the weight of what's next. The Stoics faced the same storms, exile, death, betrayal, yet they stood tall. How? They turned tests into teachers. 2,000 years ago, masters like Seneca and Musashi forged minds that thrived, not just survived. Their secret, seeing life's chaos as a forge for your soul. Today, we're stealing their playbook. Through raw wisdom and real-world steps, you'll learn to accept what you can't change, focus on what matters, face fear head-on, and build a legacy that outlives you. Stick with me, you're about to discover how to turn life's punches into power. Let's dive in. Let's forge that soul, one Stoic lesson at a time. Life doesn't ask permission before it tests you. A plan falls apart, a loved one drifts away, or the future feels like a fog you can't pierce. Most of us fight it, wishing things were different, chasing what we can't have. The Stoics, they lined in. They knew wishing for a perfect world just breeds misery. While there's still time, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would. That's a wake-up call. I used to obsess over outcomes, better job, perfect plans, until I realized I was wrestling shadows. The Stoics taught me to stop. Life's not your puppet. Instead, embrace what is. That's where peace starts. It is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. Seneca would have loved my story of scraping by in a tiny apartment. I hated it until I shifted. I started appreciating the quiet, the cheap coffee, the time to think. Suddenly, not enough became plenty. Want to try it? Tonight, list 3 things you have: health, a friend, a sunrise. Feel the weight lift. That's acceptance taking root. No person has the power to have everything they want. Truth bomb, you'll never control it all, but you can control your reaction. Next time life says no, don't sulk, say, okay, what's my move? That's not giving up, it's growing up. Start small. When a plan flops today, find one thing to be grateful for. That's your soul learning to bend, not break. Acceptance is your foundation, but tests don't stop coming. How do you stay steady? That's where focus comes in. Your mind's a battlefield. Every day, 1,000 things claw for your attention, pings, worries, what-ifs. I used to be a slave to them, checking my phone mid-sentence, lost in mental noise. The Stoics saw attention as a sword, wield it poorly, and you cut yourself. Be careful what you give your attention to. That hit me hard. Distraction isn't just annoying, it's theft. It steals your time, your purpose. I started noticing how often I'd spiral over stuff that didn't matter, a rude email, a trending post. The Stoics would shake their heads. Guard your mind like a fortress. In your thoughts, don't wander. Musashi, the samurai Stoic, lived this. One lapse in focus and he'd be dead. Me, I'm not dueling, but losing focus still stings. I tried a trick, an attention audit. For 1 hour I tracked what grabbed my mind, work, grudges, memes. Then I cut the junk. Try it today, notice what pulls you off track. Write it down. Then pick one thing, reading, a walk, and give it your all for 10 minutes. Feel the clarity, that's power. A good stance and posture reflect a proper state of mind. It's not just mental. Slouch through life, physically or mentally, and your focus frays. I started standing tall even when stressed. It's weird how straightening your back sharpens your mind. Test it. Next time you're scattered, stand up, breathe deep, and pick one task. That's focus reclaiming ground. Focus keeps you sharp, but tests demand more than clarity. They demand guts. Let's talk courage. Fear's a liar. It whispers you're too weak, too small, too late. I've been there, frozen before a big decision, scared of failing, scared of dying someday. The Stoics didn't ignore fear. They stared it down, knowing life's tests are won by acting anyway. He who fears death will not do anything worthy of a man who is alive. That's a dagger to the heart. Fear of loss, reputation, safety, life keeps you stuck. I almost skipped a career leap because I was terrified of screwing up, but Stoicism said, act. Courage isn't feeling fearless, it's moving through fear. I took the jump, and even the stumbles taught me more than staying safe ever could. A warrior is always engaged in a life and death struggle for peace. Peace isn't handed to you, it's fought for. Every tough choice, every risk is a battle to live true. I started small, speaking up when I'd usually shrink, saying no to things that drained me. Each act built muscle, your move. Today, do one thing that scares you, ask a question, share an idea. It's not about winning, it's about showing up. You want to know the difference between a master and a beginner. The master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. Failure's not the enemy, cowardice is. I've bombed talks, missed goals, looked foolish. Each scar's a lesson. The Stoics would nod, every fall's a step. Next time you hesitate, remember, a master's just a beginner who kept going. Take one brave step today. That's courage carving your path. Courage gets you through, but what's it all for? The final test is building something that lasts. Tests aren't just hurdles, they're bricks for your legacy. Not fame or gold, but the mark you leave on souls on time. The Stoics lived for impact, knowing every choice shapes what endures. Heroes die, but legends live forever. That's not about myths, it's about meaning. I used to drift, chasing likes, dollars, noise, felt empty. Stoicism woke me up, live for what echoes. A kind word, a hard choice, a quiet stand, it ripples. I started mentoring a kid last year. No spotlight, but seeing him grow, that's eternal. What you sacrifice today blooms as your legacy tomorrow. Sacrifice sounds heavy, but it's simple. Skip a night out to finish a project. Listen when you'd rather talk. I gave up scrolling to read Seneca, small trade, big payoff. Your challenge today, give up one comfort for something bigger. Help someone create something. That's your legend sprouting. Every challenge you face, every act of courage you take, contributes to the legacy you'll leave behind. Every test is a chance. That argument you resolved calmly, that fear you faced, it's not nothing, it's everything. I journal now, one choice daily that matters. Could be smiling at a stranger or tackling a goal. Try it. Tonight, write one thing you did that felt true. That's your soul leaving a mark. It is quite possible to be a good man without anyone realizing it. You don't need applause. The Stoics lived quietly, fiercely. Do good because it's right, not for likes. Next time you help someone, don't post it, just feel it. That's legacy, raw and real. Acceptance steadies you. Focus sharpens you. Courage drives you. Legacy defines you. These aren't just lessons, they're your armor for life's tests. Use them, mold them. Because you're not here to crumble, you're here to thrive. You've got the blueprint, now build it. Acceptance, focus, courage, legacy, they're not theories, they're choices. Want to make them real? Try this every evening, take 5 minutes. Reflect on 4 things. One moment you accepted reality, one time you stayed focused, one act of courage, one choice that built your legacy. Write them down. It's like a gym for your soul. When the student is truly ready, the teacher disappears. You don't need gurus forever, just lessons that stick. I started reflecting a year ago and it's changed me. Some nights I see I've slipped, distracted, hesitant. Others I see wins, small but mine. It keeps me honest. In your life, don't be all about business. Stoicism's not just grit, it's joy. Live for the tests, but savor the stars, the laughs, the quiet. What's one test you'll turn into triumph today? Chew on that. If you want more Stoic wisdom to thrive, subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. Join the souls forging lives that last. Until next time, keep thriving.